In this class, we are going to write down the note on the first part of the speech. Write down. In the opening section, of the speech, in the opening section of the speech, Sangakara refers to the war in Sri Lanka, and how he and Colombo people responded to this war. Responded to this war. Responded to this war. Opening the speech, he mentions how he personally responded to war and violence in Sri Lanka, He honestly and open-heartedly mentions that he never wanted to face. He never wanted to face any bomb explosions. He never wanted to face any bomb explosions. Explosions. Explosions in Colombo. In Colombo. Full stop. In Colombo. He honestly explains. He honestly explains his selfish, his selfish technique of his selfish technique of avoiding selfish technique of avoiding bomb explosions, avoiding bomb explosions done by the terrorists, done by the terrorists at the public places, done by the terrorists at the public places. Please cut into a separate line. Alus line note quote karanna. There have been so many bomb explosions over the years, but I was never in the wrong place at the wrong time. There have been so many bomb explosions over the years, but I was never in the wrong place at the wrong time. Next paragraph. Next paragraph. Sangakkara's technique of avoiding explosions is to stay away from the public places, stay away from the public places as far as possible, as far as possible. During 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 the peak 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 hours HOURS during the peak hours of the day. During the peak hours of the day. Peak hours of the day. Peak hours of the day. As a result of this, as a result of this, the speaker is able to save his life. Save his life from terrorist attack. Save his life from terrorist attack. Next paragraph. Sangakkara next mentions how people of Colombo lived a selfish life without being being without being much concerned CONCERNED without being much concerned about the war and the people suffering in it Please quote. People had the luxury of being physically detached from the war. Children went to school. People went to work. I played my cricket. Continue. You're not? The speaker honestly, HONESTLY, honestly recounts, RECOUNTS, recounts. Recount means tell, speak, recounts how Colombo people, how Colombo people enjoyed, ENJOYD, enjoyed a safe and happy life, a safe and happy life forgetting the war, forgetting the war and the people suffering in the war zone, the people suffering in the war zone, in the war zone. These people of the war zone, these people of the war zone lived a miserable life, lived a miserable, MISERABLE, lived a miserable life, lived a miserable life because because they had to fight, they had to fight to defend the country, to defend, DEFEND, protect, to defend the country and their villages, defend the country and their villages from the terrorist attack, from the terrorist attack. Full stop. Sangakkara explains, Sangakkara explains, EXPLAINS, explains the misery of these people of the war zone in the following way. In the following way. Please quote these words. For them, avoiding bullets, shells, mines, and grenades was imperative for survival. For them, avoiding bullets, shells, mines, and grenades was imperative for survival. Imperative for survival. Go on writing. The speakers above words. The speakers above words presents, Present, present a detailed visual image, a detailed, D-E-T-A-I-L-E-D, a detailed visual image of unsafe, U-N-S-A-F-E, unsafe and uncertain life, uncertain, U-N-C-E-R-T-A-I-N, uncertain life in the war zone, in the war zone. Full stop. Killing weapons. Killing weapons. Killing weapons are an essential part of their lives and at any moment they may lose their lives. They may lose, L-O-S-C, their lives to these weapons. To these weapons. Full stop. Sangakkara mentions that he was personally worried about those people. He was personally worried about those people please quote. I had a great sympathy and compassion for them. I had a great sympathy and compassion for them. Okay. Next paragraph. Next para. The first part of the speech, recounts, recounts, recounts the speaker's feelings, thoughts, and attitude, attitude towards the war in Sri Lanka and the people suffering from it. People suffering from it. Full stop. He has not been much concerned. He has not been much concerned about the war, and the people caught in it. He has been selfish. He has been selfish and indifferent. INDIFFERENT. Indifferent to that situation, to that situation. To that situation. However, the speaker is, honest, H-O-N-E-S-T, honest, open-hearted, and truthful, in narrating, his and his people's response, people's apostrophe S, people's response, R-E-S-P-O-N-S-E, response to war and violence, in Sri Lanka. War and violence in Sri Lanka. Now, that is the comment for this part of speech. Please read it. Read the comment. Read this part again and again until you understand, realize what it says. Right? Remember everything. Because to answer your questions at the examination, you need that knowledge and skill. Therefore, read notes, read the stories related to this. Okay, that is the end of that comment. In our next session, in our next class, we'll discuss the second part of the story, the speech. Please read it again. Second part. Now you know the second part begins here. That was until we toured in Pakistan. Right? From there, read the story from there. To page 29. Up to this place. Survived. Page 29. Up to this place. Read that part again and come to class.